Hello there, JJ here. This is fights from War 10 that were interesting. I say interesting and not good because I die in this video, a bit, but yeah, you'll see. First up, we had No 12 Enchantress. I think I've taken this earlier, or maybe this is the first time. Whatever, it's a very easy fight. Spider Woman hard counters it so much. You don't really need to remove the spells, but I do over here. But yeah, it's auto block, so... Wait, is this auto block? No, this is heavy hitter. Yeah, so you don't even need to remove the spells or whatever. You can just intercept freely, and also whenever you hit the unstoppable, you're going to gain an evade buff. See over there, I got an automatic evade. And she did a full combo, trying to get a knockdown. And whenever the knockdown happens and it purifies everything, is not purify the debilitates. So I'm still able to get my counter to the spells, and it also does not purify the power stings. Just the ensnare, and then maybe a parry if it's up. So this really isn't any bit of a problem at all. So yeah, see that power sting did a big burst. And there I evade, and she's just spamming heavies. I'm missing, I'm hitting, whatever. She doesn't punish me, I parry, I heavy. Throw that, and then I go 5-hit combo into an SP1, and that kills. I don't even need Beta Note Special. So yeah, that's an easy fight. Spider-Woman countering Enchantress, very hard. And she also has an unstoppable counter built into the kit, so that fight is basically, not a problem at all. Especially considering her severe debuffs bypass the Purify from, from protection coming back. I skipped a few fights. I had Wolf versus Dark Phoenix on Fistcuffs, which was fine, except I got comboed, but it was pretty easy. Fistcuffs is not a great node for her because it gets rid of all her stuff. And then I had Iron Man Infinity War on Conflictor, and Vox took some damage because I'm not tactic, and yeah, but it was solo. Yeah, so this fight is Rich Get Richer Gore with Wolf, and I have Odin's, but they turn out to not really do much. But yeah, so this fight's a bit sketchy, especially towards the end, but I play fine. I missed the dex, but it's fine because, inequity, ruptures. I go from SP2 instead of Howling, because Howling would have definitely put me over to an SP3. Then I go hit block. At this point, I'm just trying to be another special 2. And he's not throwing it, and then he throws it. I block dex out of it, get debuffs, but it's fine. I'm Howl, then I throw my special, even into that part of the block, and at this point I know if I counter punch, it'll probably be over. I bait another heavy, and then I see him charge it, so I go in, and then that ends the fight. So yeah, not an easy fight, not a perfect fight, not a clean fight, but a fight that was well done and over with. Okay. Next up, I have this Sentinel on node 41, and I go with Wolf because Wolf is cool and good. And I'm not sure about Vox because with Vox you want to play aggressive, with Wolf you don't. And I think I just felt better about using Wolf here. So, and that's what I was assigned. So yeah, so I'm going with Wolf. And it's Power Focus 2, Bubble Shield, Scared Stiff. Nothing crazy. So yeah, Beta Heavy, got some ruptures up. Throw an SP1, for tempo, so that I get Lycanthropy when I'm by my SP2. So the correct amount of howls and stuff, just regular Wolf gameplay. And then yeah, so I end with the light there, I made another special. Dex at the end, he's at max analysis, but it doesn't matter because my hits aren't what's doing the damage, it's the ruptures. And I don't Howl yet. I'm not sure why I should have done that there. I thought it was because maybe I could probably get to SP2 with combos, but I couldn't. So I Howl here after a full dex of the SP2, and this is going to do a butt ton of damage. Pushes him to another special 2. And then the fight's going to get a little bit scary, but you'll see what happens. So I get good dex, even though it was right next to me. If I block that, definitely not a good situation. So I Howl there and throw a striker that does not connect. So I dex, parry, and then I see I have the opening, so I go for a full combo into an SP2 again. And this is going to push him into the armor phase, and he's going to throw it right away. And I try to bait it again, and now I'm rooted. And I get hit by heavy, and then he throws it. I dex it in the heavy, and now I know I'm safe. So I just bait another special. However, I am rooted again, so I have to dex, do a full dex of the heavy, and then I throw it into block. That's probably the only mistake yet, but I get the block off, and then it goes smoothly after I throw off another SP1. So yeah, could have gone badly, did not. So yeah, I think I played that pretty well overall. Next up, I have a fight that I've taken before, but I ended with like 30% health, was not very good, and that's Lumitrix on 44. And this fight, I will say, goes much, much better. So basically, the whole idea is to make sure that I have my miss counter up at all times, and then it's basically just a stun immune Lumitrix. So I have to get my openings with side steps because I can't bait heavy because he will evade me, and then go invisible and all that. So just gotta play safe and smart, healing up to full because it's been a while since I've done the fight, and I just wanted to make sure that I was locked in. I put on an advanced power boost so that I can get to my special 2 quicker for my vigilance. So as you see, it's poison, rupture, and then stun immunity. So load into the fight. I think I start off with a full 5-hit combo, and then I go for a light intercept, which connects. I probably could have gone for a sidestep there. I think that's what I do now. Oh, no, I just catch him on a dash back, then I bait the special, and then I wait it out. I light whiff, dash back, then I light whiff, and then he's in rupture, so I'm just going to spam his block a bit. And then I realized that I can just sidestep, even though it's rupture, and I saw I got a rupture, so I backed up. And then another good sidestep into my special 2, which I know will not push him to 2 bars. And at this point, I feel fully comfortable with the fight. I know that he's basically fully under control. So now he's in rupture, so I back up, try to bait specials during rupture, get one. I probably should have hit him there because to keep tempo, even though it would have got me rupture. But yeah, so I lost my degens. So the biggest thing right now is to not use my SP1 to place, because if I use my SP1 to place, I'm going to lose my vigilance buff, and I need that to counter him. So yeah, there he did not get the evade because it was on cooldown, and now I'm back on my SP2, and I think I throw it even though rupture comes back. So it's only 3 hits during rupture, and 2 of them proc it, which is kind of unlucky, but that's fine. I hit his block bit during rupture, and then I think I do medium, light, medium, he's dead anyway, so I really don't need to do anything. All this extra stuff right now is unnecessary. So that was basically a textbook fight. 100% of my damage was from rupture. I blocked no hits. I blocked no specials. Good fight. That went well. So I'm going to buy some energy stuff. Next up, I have Nova on 47 with Vox. And the biggest thing about this fight is that you want an auto block and a miscounter, and Vox covers both. So what you ideally want to do is place your degens and then recollect them with the SP1. But because of flight and all those tempos, what ends up happening is that I get out my miscounter, and then I throw my special, basically, I get my miscounter, which turns into a buff that would go into a degen if I throw my SP1 to get my auto block counter. So what I do is I throw my special 2 into block after getting my special. I throw my special 1 into block after getting my special 2 vigilance. So I don't place the vigilance as a debuff, and I keep it as the utility. And you're gonna see that I'm able to. I just throw it right now. I just throw it to recollect it. So now I don't have any degens up, and I have my vigilance and my undermine. So those are the 2 pieces of utility I need for the fight. And at this point, I decide I'm just going to use combos to kill him down, because Vox hits pretty hard, and he's countering the node 100%. There's no reason to go for a degen cycle that might come problems because of his unblockable from his miss or from his auto block. So I have max precisions, I have intensifies, and then I do some combo hits. I have the falter on me, but it's not doing anything. There I finish into him, but I get an unstoppable to save me. That was just not a good sequence, but so I'm not sure why I'm backing up. I go for an intercept, right? Start moving the Furies one by one, and it doesn't matter if I get faltered, because I'm immune to it. So at this point, I'm in SP3, and I'm not going to throw any specials. I'm just going to keep getting those, I don't want to say guaranteed crits, but very consistent crits because of the constant dex buffs. And then I'm not careful about the unstoppable there, so yeah. At this point, I'm getting slightly backed up, and I'm getting a bit worried. So I bait a heavy, and then I go a full 5-hit combo, which does decent damage. I got a good intercept, and he's unstoppable again. Do some corner dexing, get a light, medium, and then, yeah, that happens. Because he purified my stun from the auto block, even though I have Undermine, he still purifies it. So at this point, I know that I should be fine. I got a few good dexes into a striker, and he's dead. So very good fight. Yeah. Next up, I have a textbook fight, at least in like higher tier Alliance War, which is Werewolf by Night versus Node 49 Onslaught. I've done this, I think a few times before, and I don't want to voice over it, so it goes fine. Yeah, I don't die, so see you after. So yeah, I soloed that. But now I have a boss, Thanos boss with Werewolf. And I knew this fight would work. Over here, I'm just grabbing loyalties and potions. I didn't edit it out because I'm lazy. Yeah, so I'm going to die to this fight. And it's gonna because I played stupid. Wolf is not the best option, and that's on me for not saying something. But yeah, so you're gonna see I play this fight mostly pretty perfectly, but not perfect. I play this fight pretty well, but towards the end things kind of spiral out of control, and then I die. So yeah, I'm healing up. My Wolf is only rank 3, but I wanted to use him on attack, so I took him off defense for this. And yeah, it was just I could have soloed. I didn't solo. This death is 100% on me. Yeah, so I go into the fight. And, yeah, so I'm starting off baiting a heavy, medium, light, and back off, and then get the power gain. Then I'm able to parry, and then that's basically the plan. So parry, and then bait specials. So I bait a special. You have enough time to do the double medium in, unlike Onslaughts, which I don't know if you saw that during the Onslaught fight. I don't know if that came into play, but yeah. So there I throw an SP1 because of tempo reasons with like Lycanthropy charges and stuff. And yeah, so I do the same thing. I watch Counterpunch and I realize he does not have 2, so I'm able to do a full 5 combo ending in a light. I howl, I back up, I'm in curse, so if I stay away, my stuff's gonna be paused. I'm letting his Counterpunch fall off, I bait a special. And at this point damage doesn't look great, but damage is about to skyrocket right now. He loses Counterpunch, so everything's going well. I'm not hitting him too much. I get the dex. I go in. And now I see he's 3 hits away from his next thing, but his Counterpunch expires, so now I'm able to go in, get a few hits, and then I want to bait and howl in the middle, which is exactly what I do. So as you can see, this fight is going well, and I'm playing well. And at this point, I want to get him down to 75 and get rid of the protection. But I got pushed red, so I wait for it to expire and throw my SP3. It applies a stun, but he's stun immune, and it applies a very big rupture. I probably should have checked to see if he was going to go red, because that might have been a slight problem if he did, but fortunately, he did not have much power. So, yeah, so I ate the special, Howl in between. Wolf is really good for this fight, because you want to play it slow anyways, and your stuff stays paused. So, I do end up doing decent damage. So, I Howl, and then I'm not sure if I was going to get the intercept, so I throw off my special, and I do big damage. I Dex, and if you look at my health bar and you look at his health bar, you see that everything's going okay. And for the most part, so see over there, he had 2 counter punches and 4 hits left. I was going to die, so I would have gone hit if I went in. So yeah, just like me being aware. So for the most part, this goes well. And towards the end, it doesn't. So over there, even though he had 2 counter punches, I knew that I was going to go unstoppable at the end of my special. So felt comfortable doing that. So yeah. So just baiting specials, dexing them, howling, getting more power, throwing special twos, staying in my Lycanthropy purse. I don't think I've fallen out of it once, which is kind of cool. I got a cool crit there that did decent damage. And his second counterpunch falls off, so I'm able to go in again. And now he's close to another one, so I can dex. And this is the one that clips me. That's why we run an invuln, 19k, non-crit. Then I howl into a special 2. This one also goes unstoppable, but then once again, I am also unstoppable, so it's fine. And I get the panic on me, but now I can back up. And I think at this point, my Lycanthropy falls off maybe. So yeah, Dex, Howl, Dex. So yeah, this fight, it's going really well. I'm playing, I don't want to say perfectly, but I'm playing really dang well. But yeah, there I throw that into block. I have no idea what that was. I take some damage there. He pauses all of his stuff. And keep in mind, he has 8 Furies. Just keep that in mind. Yeah, that happens. For the first time in the fight, I didn't count the counter punches, so I'm down to 40%, and he's at 10%, so I'm like, okay, I got this, fine, and I go red. MD expires, pushing me red. I meant to throw an SP3, but instead I throw an SP2, and he was already at 1 bar with his personal energize, and with the energize from the node, he's going to go red, and then that's going to kill me. So, yeah. Obviously, that's a very non-ideal fight. I mean, it was fine. I played pretty well for the most part, but one mistake, not checking his MD and then getting hit by I don't know if the SP3 would have killed me, but either way, it's a very annoying death. Yeah. And here's War 12. I skipped the first 2 sections. It was just playing with my new Sinister, who's very good. And yeah, we're bringing Prowler to war today. And I'm going to die again, so yay. Not a very good war video for me. But before that, I do have some very cool and impressive fights to show you. So over here, we have Sentinel on Note 38. And Prowler is normally very good for Sentinel because all of his stuff except his Incinerate is passive. And it's damage over time. That's not bursts. So yeah, it's chill. So, and I control the power. And yeah, it's just good. So I have no idea what I was doing there. But yeah, and you get the Fury from right back at it. Or not. You know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, this is a really cool, easy fight. Like, not someone you would always send. Like, I'm sure I've seen people send, like, DPX here or send, like, Onslaught here or literally anyone with, like, that works well with passives. But, yeah. So, over here, I just throw my special 2, I think. Or do I go for... Oh, I think I'm going to go for a parry heavy, and then I special intercept. Yeah, so that doesn't push me red. And then I special intercept. And, yeah, so he actually did a heavy. So, he blocks the end, but then my falter after the special saves me. So... it's a bit sloppy so far, but this fight's going to go down relatively quickly. I'm not too super worried. So, yeah, he gets protection back, so I throw a heavy right away. And then I'm going to medium into a special 2. Medium, and yeah, so look, he's ticking down. During the armor phase, he's going to be power locked and power drained, so I'm not really worried. And just look at that big damage. I've been sigging up my falter. He's right now sitting at 180, and he's a very good war champion. He used to be the best tech war champion, but then Bastion came out and just decided to wreck everything. But yeah, so speaking about Bastion, you'll see later. So yeah, then I go for a parry heavy to remove the protection because I was coming back. I bait a special, and at this point I know I can medium SP2 and he's dead because the second armor expired while he was power locked, meaning that only the third armor will give him power. and those Raptors are going to take him out. So very clean, very good fight with Prowler. I really like enjoying him in war. The next fight was an assignment that I said that I felt comfortable taking, which is Node 47 Red Skull. And cool thing, Prowler's falter immune, so you don't have to worry about the falter node on here. So my plan is to just heavy counter as heavy, and then kill him normally. I'm not heavy counter as heavy. Heavy counter as SB1, and then kill him normally after that. So that's the plan. And it's going to go very well. So yeah, I'm not sure what boost I go with. I think I go with a regen, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I go for a combat regen. And then, yeah, so I think I get a lucky parry with the 50% chance at the start. And then that kind of just sets the tone of the fight. So the only thing I don't counter is the power detonation from the tactic. And it's going to do some chip damage around 20%. But that's why I have a combat regen and potions exist. So as long as I don't like hit or majorly screw up, it's fine. So yeah, back up, let that expire, use the counter punch to set off the Furies. I get hit though, but it really is fine. I got another good parry stun. Do another 5-hit combo, made special 2, light, heavy counter, get the unstoppable, use that to counter punch after the auto block expires into medium, SP2, and into big damage, it's going to expire into the incinerate, which does even more big damage. I saw him charging a heavy and I was faltered, so I knew I was safe. And then I dash back at the unstoppable, and you see the approaching falter node expire, and I do not get the falter. And the power detonations are taking me down, but it doesn't matter because I counter the power detonation. I counter the falter. I use the unstoppable to my advantage. And yeah, this fight is pretty easy. Like, I'm just playing it correctly, which is heavy counter the special one, and then use the unstoppable to your advantage for openings. Obviously, you can use the falter as well. Very underrated. I don't want to say underrated. Like, it's a very cool piece you can use for openings. You don't need to save it for your specials always, because if you use it a lot, you get more critical rating during it. So yeah, just cool shout. And then do a full 5-hit combo into another SB2, and this is going to absolutely demolish him with the ruptures. So yeah, that was a very cool and safe fight. Next fight is a fight that we were kind of worried about. We weren't really sure what to do, and I suggested Spiral, and I was like, all right, I'll take it. Might as well add an empty team slot. And basically, it's poison. I wanted to send Diablo, but there weren't people that people didn't want to send Diablo, and obviously I think Nico works for this. I just don't know Nico very well, and I had Spiral, and I was like, there's no reason this shouldn't work. So I go in with the combat regen. And I got some nice intercepts to start off, beta heavy, medium, light, and then once I get an SP1 going, the fight is going to go very much under control, except for one thing, which you'll see. Then I'm able to do a full 5-hit combo into an SP1, and I can already tell that this fight's going to go well. So I was just hard blocking, and she just threw an SP1 into me. So yeah, I got the Nova, I got the Brute Force. That was the only bad part of the fight. The rest of the fight is going to go beautifully. So if you get that Nova, that SP1 into hard block, otherwise it's going to go perfect. So block bait, a heavy into another special. I still have my max fervors, so I'm getting up my ruptures. Some cool big hits. Then I dex into a special again, still with the max amount of fervors, so it's going well. And because of polka dot power and my power steal, I'm able to constantly get enough power. So I medium, light, medium to get more fervors. Now I'm at 10, so I'm not going to get as many ruptures as I normally would, but it's going just fine. I think I'm going to block bait another heavy into medium, light, medium, medium, light, medium, special 1. So yeah, that's basically the rotation. Now I think over here I bait an SB2. And then I do a full 5-hit combo into special 1 to remove the Nova Flame. So I did that correctly. Now I'm at 14 fervors, and I know that if I just block a hit right after, I'll be fine. There we go. And I do a medium, light, medium, and then, yeah, so I know that this special is going to kill, and then I just need a hard block and destroy the immortality, and boom. That fight it wasn't perfect because of the hard block special, but otherwise it was very good. Next up, this boss. Yeah, it's a really rough fight. So her force field is 10% of her health. She has right now 1.2 million health, meaning that every 24 seconds she gains a $124,000 force field. And she has a lot of attack rating, and this is rank 4. I'm using a rank 3. I'm going to die this fight. Yeah, so as you're going to see, I go in, I miss. I'm parrying all of her hits, and it's doing a ton of chick damage, and I'm barely touching her. So yeah, I use that to my advantage, and then block beta heavy, get the Incinerate online, and her force field's barely down to 0.5%, and I'm already 30 seconds into the fight. So I'm getting slightly worried. And then she special intercepts me. And I'm indestructible, but it doesn't matter. Those neuroshocks are going to tick me down from 93, 94% to 35%. I finally get the shield down and get a decent burst of damage down to a whopping 88%. So yeah. I'm very good with reverse controls. That's the one thing that I know that I'm really able to do. But yeah, so you see that Daunted? Whenever she throws a special, which is a lot because of her Energize, I'm going to tick even harder. So look, now I'm ticking for 1800. Now I'm back to 800. And not 1800, 1200. And yeah, so also she counters my miss. Now look, I'm down to 35% after just those, just those neuros. So I'm like really worried now because I'm doing like no damage, and I'm thinking that I'm either going to time out or die or both. Yeah, so I see the Delirious come, I dex, I go in, medium, full 5 a combo, and then I back up, I throw my special because I know I can, and then she hits me with her SP2. Yeah, I don't know how I got hit there. I thought I was dashing back, I have no idea what happened, yeah, but I died. And then, yeah, so I as you can see, Prowler's not the best option, even though I'm very good with reverse controls, and that's not what messed up the fight. It would have been easier if I just had, or not me specifically, if we sent Ironheart or Jack, which I said that I wanted to switch up the plan, but someone said it was too late and it was going to be a lot of ruckus, and I was like, fine, I'll just take it. So, to be clear, I'm not blaming this death on anyone. This death is 100% on my fault. But, yeah, so, and she's healing a lot per tick. I'm doing no damage. And then, yeah, so I parry twice, then I get another heavy off to get my Incinerate up. And I go for a full 5 a combo into an SP2, so tempo's going well. Not getting super lucky in the ruptures, but that's fine. She had an SP2, it says I'm delirious, so I do the dex backwards, and then I do that. I see that it's reverse, because it didn't expire yet, so then I reparry, heavy counter, and I'm playing the fight well. Like, the same thing happened in the first fight. I was playing the fight extremely well, except I'm taking so much damage, and yeah, so I see delirious, I get the correct dex, I get the falter. Yeah, I'm playing it correctly. I'm playing it, but I'm not doing damage, and it's frustrating me, and it's messing with me. And I get a good intercept there, and I dash back, and I'm playing it correctly, but it's just not doing damage. It's too slow. I'm taking a lot of block damage, and then I eat heavy. That, I think, was from the reverse control. So that was the only time the reverse controls messed me up. And those neuros are going to tick me down quite a bit. But also, when she throws an SP1, I'm going to get a passive one, which is going to tick me down a lot more. And it cancels my miss, so my falter isn't safe anymore, and I'm getting backed up, and I'm really worried. She throws it, I block it, dex out at the end, and I have another one. Look how long the duration is. It's barely expiring. It's ticking me for 458. And at this point, I think, like, oh, I'm going to die again. Like, this is exactly what happened. When she applies the Daunted, I'm going to be taking so much damage. I back up. And look at that Daunted. I was taking like 600-something damage per tick during her specials. And she throws a ton of specials to become the Energize. And the fight's going slower because of the resistances. And her force field comes back often. And then I have to remove it. And it's just not a good fight. And it's 100% on me. And then this pushes her red because I was frustrated. And then I had a hit from an invuln. But it did not matter because I still had I still had neuroshocks after, and those tick me down. Just look how much they do. 1,600. Yeah, this is a really bad fight. I would not recommend it. This fight in general is really hard because of the massive force field. So maybe Ironheart could have done it. Maybe Jack could have done it. Maybe Bastion could have done it if the player is competent with reverse controls. So yeah. So yeah, I die again. Jean kicks my head around, and yeah, so I'm gonna go back in and finish her off. Yeah, this is just a really bad fight. I played really, really well for most of it. I managed the reverse control, I managed my falter, I managed my incinerate, I tried to play around her force fields correctly in the delirium, but it's so punishing because a single mistake will tick me down because of how big her health is. And yeah, so I'm not gonna die again. But yeah, I apologize for the horrible performance, and yeah, I should have been much more, should have, thought about it better or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna let the rest of this play out. That's this war video. Some really cool fights that went well, and then a few unfortunate deaths that could have been avoided, that probably there weren't best counters sent that I could have avoided and told my officers. But yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.